Fruits, what a lot of people don't know, has amino acids. What do amino acids make? Protein, for y'all that didn't know. That keep asking, where's the protein? Amino acids are the building blocks of protein that makes it. Okay? Situation and discussion closed on that protein stuff. You could be a fruitarian, raw food, vegan, you gotta work out. You gotta get that muscle density, because if you get sick or anything of that nature, the muscle is what's gonna keep you in survival. You know what I mean? When you look at the animals in the wild, they muscular because they go hunt their food. Regardless if you're 110 pounds, 20 pounds, you gotta have some muscle. When we look at people with AIDS, dwindle away when they start losing that muscle mass. So that's why they put people on AIDS on steroids, to preserve their muscle. So you gotta preserve your muscle, man, at all costs. Workout. You can't just do this watermelon challenge and whatever other fruit challenge.
Boom! What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, tigerfitness.com. Woo! Back to Cali Muscle. And the reason being is that I'm gonna teach you something here. And the way I teach people things is by grabbing them in with clickbait. And also I want people to avoid getting injured and sick and hurt and not making any gains. So the bottom line is, in the video you just saw, Cali Muscles, his caption was, "Protein is for bots." And I want to get into protein powder and ethics and all that in a millisecond here, just really quick. It'll be really fast. I'll get to that. But first I wanted to address something that is very critical I address. Now, even plant-based folks, right? Even people who are on vegan or plant-based diets, they are doing their best to get in their protein, whether it's from vegan sources like seitan or tofu, or whether it's from plant-based protein like Planta, found at all 400 plus sprouts nationwide and is the #1 selling protein at the Vitamin Shop. This is actually CT Fletcher's signature flavor. This is the chocolate caramel candy bar. Hy-Vee, we got a ton of locations. So at the end of the day, other than some nutrient deficiencies to plant-based diets or vegan diets, one of the main issues is protein. And one thing he did say in this video that's very correct is that people losing muscle is something that does increase their chance of morbidity. So we have found in the data, by extrapolating all the results of data in meta-analyses, that strength, that they measure through grip strength, is actually just as important as cardiovascular in predicting morbidity risk or your risk of dying at any moment. So with that being said, this is why this video has to be the most dangerous and stupid video yet, aside from drinking water is bad for you. So fruits do contain some amino acids. For example, the rind on watermelon contains a lot of L-citrulline. L-citrulline is what you find in pump products that helps you get vasodilation or hemodilation, which is basically blood flow, creating the pump. However, the watermelon rind, it's the rind specifically, the area right before the outer part and right after the yummy part, the pink part, right? So, or red, I don't know, what color are watermelons? Are red, pink? I'm colorblind. So anyway, I'm not really colorblind. That was, anyway, but besides the point. Okay, so what happens when you eat certain fruits is that they do not contain complete proteins. So amino acids are the building blocks of proteins, but to get a complete protein or one that satisfies your body's requirements for protein, because there are essential amino acids, right? In order to obtain muscle growth and bodily processes, you need to form a complete protein. Now, you can't do that with all vegan sources or plant-based sources. For example, if you eat beans alone, no. If you eat rice alone, no. You combine beans and rice, you have a complete protein. The problem is to get to that level of protein that's actually going to do anything for you, to get to an appreciable amount of protein, you have to take in a lot of carbohydrate. A lot of carbohydrates. That's going to be hypercaloric and people are going to be fat. So that's not good as well. So saying that you don't need protein and protein is for bots is actually really dangerous, because people need protein. And what was being said about the reason that you have cancer patients and people with AIDS, for example, he said something to that matter in this video, that they give them steroids to maintain muscle is to avoid that sarcopenia, because one of the ways people die is by falling, breaking a hip, and then they get bedridden, infections, all kinds of things that lead to people dying. So strength is very critical, very critical. With that being said, this video is dangerously stupid. If you are a fruitarian, that is not a good idea. For example, some say, because Steve Jobs, remember the Apple guy? He actually became a raw fruitarian. And some say that's the reason he was taken down by a cancer that a lot of people actually beat. The guy was malnourished. He didn't have enough stuff. But I honestly don't believe. See, Callie has lost a lot of weight. He looks very emaciated. It's not a good look. But there's no way he's not eating any protein. There's absolutely no way. So this is all for clicks. And that's dangerous because you're messing with people's health. But I did see, and I want to bring this up because it's profound. It's quite profound. I did see that Callie actually collaborated with my good friend and business associate CT Fletcher, going to a stem cell center to get stem cell IV for his heart. And that's great. I actually had stem cell in my thumb because I injured it boxing. I have 2 bone spurs, and actually the pain, it's been 10 weeks and the pain is almost gone. I might even be able to start boxing again, which would be awesome. So anyway, I wanted to bring up something because there's a lot of energy saying protein is for bots. There's a lot of energy saying that protein powder kills people. That's what started all this, when Callie said that protein powder kills people, and I corrected him, and then he said he wants to fight me because I'm a white boy or something to that matter. So I wanted to bring this back up. Like, when you were with CT, I want to know if you called him a scammer or a murderer or somebody of that nature or a bot. I just want to know about that because this is CT Fletcher's signature flavor. And I want to know if you're morally and ethically consistent, because I'm obviously killing people, and this isn't clickbait one way. He's been clickbaiting me in his videos, saying that I'm injuring people, that I'm selling poison, aka protein powder. Well, you were just with this guy. Did you tell him that he's poisoning people? No, you were grifting off of his 2+ million followers on Instagram. That's rich, bro. That is rich. I know you got more money than me. I'm not rich, but you're rich. But that's rich. That is rich. Speaking of rich, I would like to take you up on that offer to share a story for me for $50. That was awesome. That was a great idea, because if someone is mega rich and just has been and is selling people on how to make money, how to get filthy rich and drive these crazy cars, you're basically turning Instagram tricks for $50. Rich people don't do that. I haven't seen Grant Cardone or Mark Cuban be like, hey guys, I'll give you a shout out on my Instagram for $50. Yeah, bro, dude, this is desperation. But what I want to see is ethical consistency. I want to see moral consistency. If I'm an evil white boy who's selling poison to people, I really want you to have that same energy with a man who believes and takes these products. I want to see that energy. I want to see that energy. Is it just because I'm a white boy that you said that? Or is it because you truly believe I'm poisoning people? Because if I truly believed someone was poisoning people, and you know this is the brand he's with, and by the way, I'm a founding partner of this brand, I really want to understand why you don't have a confrontation and bring, Hyphy Whitey, your camera guy, to go in and call him out on this. I really want to know. I just want to know. So with that being said, I think we can all come to the conclusion once again, and here's more proof of it, that Cali Muscle is not actually following his recommendations. Even though he has lost about 7,000 pounds of lean muscle mass, he isn't. If he was eating just fruit this whole time, I don't think he'd be with us. I really don't. So the stem cells, I think that's awesome. I'm a huge fan. Again, I spent a couple $1,000s on my thumb. Like, that's not nearly as many stem cells as getting it systemically. That's awesome. That is great. I'm glad you're doing that. But I want you to be honest with people, okay? I want you to be honest. There's no way you're just eating fruit. And please, for the love of all things holy, for the love of God, for the love of Jesus, for the love of Moses, for the love of Buddha, for the love of Joseph Smith, for the love of all things holy, my man, you have to know that amino acids from fruit aren't a complete protein, and you can't replace protein with apples. I'm trying to come up with the words and I just can't describe how disappointed I am that even in the utmost of grifting and trolling, you would say something so absolutely stupid. It's just profound. But I really want to know if protein is for bots. I would really like to know how you determine who's a bot. Am I just a bot? Is everybody who sells protein, is Mike Rashid a bot? I'd love to see you say that to his face. I mean, who's a bot? Who's a bot? Okay, I don't care. I don't care if you're friends with people I do business with or I'm partners with. At the end of the day, man, you started this, dude. You said I was killing people. In a post just a week ago, you called me out and said I'm poisoning people. So I would just like to understand where the line is drawn. I want to know if my business partners, in your opinion, are poisoning people. I want to know this. Or are you just starting a fight with somebody that you can't grift on? Because you're grifting on CT right now. You'll grift on anybody that you grift on them. You could have done that stem cell video alone. All right? You did it with him because he has the following and he's trusted and you're not. And the comments in that video were not like your normal comments because CT's a great guy. You're not. You're taking advantage of people like you're doing to the people, the two stupid people. There's got to be a couple stupid people who are paying you to put stuff on your story. Look, man, if you want to make money, we do a charity boxing match. I'll give my money to charity and you can just take the money yourself because we know you don't care about people. We could do that, but that's not going to happen. I'm not boxing anybody. And honestly, I don't think your heart could take a boxing match. But I mean, if you're really desperate, that's what you can do. You're doing basically non-G for P, G for P. Like that's what you did when you got out of jail, right? You did G for P. So what's the difference now? You're selling Instagram stories. Now I commend you for not going the OnlyFans route, but the way it's going now, I think you're going to get there. With that being said, if you keep your name, I can't even say it right. If you keep my name out of your mouth, never mind. I'm still going to call. At the end of the day, if you're giving advice that can hurt people, I'm going to say something about it. I'm enjoying this though, but it's giving me a lot of content and people seem to like this. People are watching the hell out of these videos. They're watching your videos. Everybody wins, right? But I really want to know what is your end game? What is your end game with this, right? Like you're calling out protein powders. You're calling out water. We all know that kids' cereal isn't good for you. But what is the end game? Are you trying to get more people to eat fruit? Trying to get less people to eat protein? What is the end game other than clicks? My goal is pretty simple. I want people to live long, healthy, and optimal lives and actually earn enough money. Not this get rich quick, be an influencer scheme, but actually good hard work where you actually get a job, where you work your ass off, you climb up the corporate ladder, you have a 401k, you have a 401k match, let's take that further, you have insurance covered, and you're able to settle down and make millions of dollars and maybe even start your own company. Not everybody can be an influencer. At the end of the day, I'm not an influencer. People like you, CT, Mike, Rob Bailey, Dana Lynn Bailey, all these people, even Kenny KO, there's a certain charisma that was given to them by God that not everyone has. And they just attract people. So there is no blueprint for making cash as an influencer. Not everybody could be a 270-pound jacked ex-convict. It's just not interesting. So that my goal is for people to live long, live healthy, prosper. I want to be able to promote my products because I truly believe in them, like this right here, like this right here. I truly believe in my products and what they do for people, and I promote them as I should, as you should. But I'm not just gonna sell out. I'm not just gonna do what I can for clicks and for money. And people need to be careful with influencers because they lie. Because at the end of the day, the more they lie, the more outrageous they are, the more numbers they get. And even if you close just a fraction of a percentage of those people to buy your bullshit, then you're making a lot of money at the expense of other people's health and their money. And I don't want to see that happen. So that's that, guys. What do you think? Comment down below. Are there any fruitarians that I pissed off here? Because if there are, then good. Fruitarianism is actually okay if you augment it with protein. Even the carnivore diet guys are adding in fruit here and there, which is not the carnivore diet, but they're making excuses for why they're doing it. Fruit's awesome. Fruit's great. But to lie and say it's a complete amino acid profile, you can replace complete protein sources like beef, beef is steak, beef, chicken, fish. You just can't do it. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts? Comment down below. I'm Marc Lobliner. Speaking of which, if you go to tigerfitness.com or ambrosiacollective.com, or you go to Sprouts, or you go to Vitamin Shop, you get your Ambrosia Planta right there. Support the team, support your boys, support our amazing staff, and that's not a game. I have this craving for this amazing protein shake. I'm at Sprouts right now. I'm gonna pick up all the ingredients, show you what I'm gonna get. Number one ingredient, might not have expected this, is these dates. Medjool dates. I'm gonna get a whole pack of these. Next up, bananas. Look at that price, 69 cents a pound for organic. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of these. Next up is almond milk. I've heard good things about this almond milk. Oh man, they got the best stuff here at Sprouts. Next up, I need almond butter. Ha! Might as well get the Sprouts brand right here. Only the best. Almost there. We need some cinnamon. Oh, got some Sprouts organic cinnamon powder right in the basket. Final ingredient, baby. And the most important ingredient, save the best for last. Sprout carries the best. That's why we got to go with the best. We're going to go with Madagascar Vanilla Planta. Look at this. We got 3 flavors to choose from, but today I got a craving for this Madagascar Vanilla Planta right in the basket. Let's go check out. Let's blend this thing up. Y'all ready for this plant-based vanilla date nana shake? Start out with the most important ingredient, that there, Ambrosia Planta. I wish y'all could smell this. It smells so good. We're going to add in 30 grams of banana and 3 pitted dates. Then we're gonna add in a tablespoon of almond butter, half a teaspoon of that there cinnamon. Next up, that milk. Let's go. You gotta try this. Get all the ingredients from Sprouts, everything you need, from dates to almond butter to, of course, Ambrosia Planta.